A Penny's Worth of Character, Episode 8. He hurried down the valley road that was winding and narrow under the shades of the tall willows and water birches. The road was sandy and soft to his feet. Jean had to hurry. He had seen so many interesting things and he had heard so many interesting sounds that he had stopped too many times. But he knew he wouldn't stop again. Jean started running to make up for lost time. As he ran, he heard a scream. The scream came from a parent quail to warn one of its family that had strayed. The sun was coming down into this part of the valley, and the parent quail had seen a shadow of a hawk as it glided down to get the young quail. Jean screamed too. He saw the cooper's hawk ready to pick up the baby quail in its claws. The hawk arose on fluttering wings, for he was frightened by Jean's voice, and the young quail was saved and got back to his parents. Jean stopped a minute under the big sugar maple. This was the third big tree between his home and the store where neighbors met, rested, and talked. The bark of this tree was scarred. Each spring it was tapped to make the sap to make maple syrup. This was the biggest tree Jean had ever seen. It shaded more space than any tree he had ever been under. There were initials and dates carved over its body, up as high as a tall man could reach. The grass was worn from under its shade. A gray lizard ran up the side of the tree. Jean watched him catch a fly. He was getting his breakfast too. But Jean didn't have time to watch so many things. He knew he had to hurry. As he ran again to make up for time he had lost, butterflies rose in small clouds from the touch-me-nots, buttercups, and phlox beside the road. They were pretty fluttering clouds with all colors of the rainbow. Jean had heard the rain crows singing their mournful notes from the steep slopes above the road. They're begging for rain, Jean thought. He heard the songs of the cardinals, the chirping of the ground sparrows, the cawing of crows, and once he heard the big hoo-hoo of a hoot owl that came from the tall timber. He heard the cries of the chicken hawks overhead. He saw a big hawk circling in the bright wind under the blue sky. The hawk was saying, "Chickie, chickie, chickie." Jean watched him circle high in the bright blue morning air.